Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. It is getting cold and wintry in Melbourne, isn't it? I'm not sure about other parts of the world. I think it's getting warmer in other parts of the world, but regardless, we're all going through that lockdown, that challenging time, bit of isolation. So I actually want to talk about 3 ways to turn our frowns upside down into smiles. Isolation can have its effects, and I don't think any of us are immune to those effects. So I've been talking to some people, and I myself have been going through a little bit of the down moments, the blues moments, because, you know, we're a bit too long in isolation. We're just feeling disconnected. So there are a couple of ways we can keep our energy up. One way is to move, to keep moving. And if you're still in parts of the world where things are in very strict lockdown and you can't even go out to exercise, one of the best ways to be in movement is to dance. I had a friend recently send me a playlist, and it was of this French DJ, and it was a playlist of all the old R&B music that we used to dance to back in our heyday. I'm talking our 20s, you know, our early 20s, late 20s, when we were out partying. And just listening to this music uplifts my spirit. So find your bit of music that makes you feel great. Second way to uplift your spirit is to read a good book. Escape into those fantasies. For those of you who haven't yet touched Harry Potter, now's the time. I highly recommend the fantasy of Harry Potter, even if it's only to discover and look at her imagination, her awesome imagination, you know, which created this series of fantasy books that I'm a huge fan of. Highly recommend. But if not Harry Potter, then go into an uplifting or inspirational biography. I highly recommend The Long Walk to Freedom biography of Nelson Mandela. Now there you will really get perspective about lockdown, about being in isolation. The man was in jail for 27 years, and it certainly helps put a different perspective on things. And then the other way to become a little bit uplifted in your spirits is to get out in nature. Nature is always a soother. So if you have a park nearby, or if you can't get out, one of the ways you can trick your mind that you're in nature is order one of those beautiful screen prints, those waterfall screen prints or forest screen prints, and imagine that you're out in nature. You know, we can trick the mind in funny little ways, and so do what you have to do to uplift your spirits. So let me recap. Read a good book, fantasy or a great uplifting biography. Get into movement. Dance is a very easy one to do if you can't get out. And get out into nature, whether it's out by creating something through a screen print or actually getting out into nature yourself. Do what you need to do to uplift your spirits and keep moving on.